This video is sponsored by Sirui. Yo, it's got a handle. So this is the Sirui SVT75PRO. Let me tell you, I did not know I needed a tripod this nice. So for the longest, I've actually been using the small rig Freeblazer, and I thought this was a great tripod. One of my biggest gripes with this though, when you lock it or when you unlock it to raise it, the latches stay halfway down. So if I'm lifting my tripod up, I've got to reach way down here to lock it. Another thing that really grinds my gears, as you can see, I'm already struggling with this thing, is that the middle spreader doesn't come off, but it also never stays locked. So every now and then I'll go to open my tripod and one of the legs are constantly moving doing this deal. This Sirui SVT75PRO, so the beauty of it is the actual legs itself. They're carbon fiber legs, one latch design. When I unlock it and I lift it, the locks stay at the head. I can relock it up here and the tripod is set and ready to go. It unlocks both levels, so I can flip one latch here, unlock both levels. I also have this adjustment knob here, so I can pop this thing out, and now I can get those super low shots by extending the tripod feet. One of the hidden things that I really do like as well is when I close this, it auto latches back into place. So I don't have to worry about sitting here pressing it back in like you do with a lot of the cheaper tripods. Now this is just the legs. My favorite thing of all is this right here. Yo, it's got a handle. Like, you know how many times I gotta carry my tripod at a wedding and I ain't got no room to sit here and hold it because I'm trying to juggle, or I do this dance right here and then I'm scared because my camera's sitting back here. I'm not doing this with my red back here. Nope, I'm not. So to solve that, they have a handle. This also is helpful for when I'm trying to readjust the tripod. So instead of like holding the leg like I'm doing now, I can hold the handle, adjust, lower, do whatever I need to do, relatch it for safety, and boom, I'm good to go. Now, let's talk about the fluid head. So you can buy these in two different parts. It comes as the SVT75PRO. You can buy the legs for $649, which is huge because if you've already got a really good fluid head like a Manfrotto 504 HD like I've been rocking, you can actually just simply slap that on top of these legs. So the legs itself is a game changer. But I absolutely love the SVH15 fluid head. I have to show you this with this tripod to compare it. So I've actually been using, for the last 5-6 years, is the Manfrotto 504 HD. Now, the biggest thing that I love about the Manfrotto head and why I've always stuck with it was that it had a really solid drag. What that drag allows you to do is adjust the tilt and the pan so that when you're moving, you're getting those sweeps, it's nice and smooth. It's buttery tripod movement. It also has a counterbalance system. So when I would put my heavy cameras, my heavy cinema rigs on here, it would counterbalance and level itself out. They stepped it up with this tripod head. So with the Sirui, it actually has a dial here for your tilt fluid and another dial on the other side for your pan fluid. And trust me when I tell you, like, you just have to use it, but it is buttery smooth. If you're doing any type of tracking shots, if you're doing some ceremony work at a wedding, or you're doing any type of like live event where you're having to pan, you're gonna want something with a really solid fluid system on it. Now, another thing is that it also has the counterweight adjustments on the back. So depending on how big your rig is, you can actually dial this in so that it will self-level, so we'll do it, and you see how it comes back to its center point every time. Now, the benefit of that is that you can easily pan and slowly let go and get back to that middle point. Your camera will be perfectly balanced on here every time. This fluid head also has the best mounting system. So I rock Manfrotto 501 PL plates on everything, right? Your gimbals, your Ronins, everything has this plate on it. When I wanna slap this on, most of the tripods, I gotta come over here and I gotta like, you see that? Like, I gotta try to figure out how to get it in here. It's just a pain. With this, simply slap it on and it's locked. It's locked. Like, this is the best part to me because I don't have to sit here and finesse trying to wiggle it in. If I'm in a ceremony space, I'm trying to quickly move and I gotta do this quick. I got my camera on my easy rig. I can come back over here, undock it off the easy rig, slap it into place, flip the latch, and I'm ready to roll. I'm good to go. Unlock this little button here, press down instead of trying to find on like the Manfrottos, you gotta find this little tiny button off to the side, and then you have to slide the whole thing off. It doesn't just lift up and lift off. So you have to press it in, slide the whole thing out the right direction. But with this one, just slap it into place and lock it in. I love it. I also love how robust this tripod feels. Now, the small rig, the Freeblazer, It's a really good tripod for the price. But when we talk about quality and we talk about having something that's gonna be robust, trust me when I tell you, I bought my Manfrotto 504 plate almost 6 years ago, and you can tell by how beat up this tripod head is. When you spend good money on a good tripod, you're gonna have it most of your career. This is the most underrated aspect to any filmmaker because they don't see value in things like storage and tripods and stuff like that. This tripod is built to last. Carbon fiber legs, they're nice and thick and rigid. The latches feel super durable. They're like these aluminum latches that really allow you to crank down. It just feels really, really good. One other thing I wanna point out is that it does come with both handles. So if you're doing any type of tracking shots, these handles actually extend. The further you get away from the lens when using a tripod, the smoother those motions are gonna be, the less micro jitter. It actually comes with the middle spreader that's also detachable. So this is game changer because like I said, using the small rig, it doesn't actually come off, or they don't want you to take it off because if you did, there's no way to lock the tripod legs like you can with this. But if I wanted to be able to attach like a sandbag or just make sure I got some extra stability, I can simply just come in here, pop this little pin, and then these lock right into place. So now I can simply add the middle spreader by just popping these bad boys in. I can add a counterweight. You can lock this here, so you're good to go. And this doesn't raise, which is so sick. You don't have to worry about, like, look at that. You don't have to worry about your middle spreader opening up or anything like that or bending if you accidentally kick it. It's locked into place. Put your counterweight on here, you're good to go. But then like say you're in a pinch, just unlock it, pop these bad boys off. Now I can get those super low to the ground angles without the middle spreader. Pop this here on the leg, and now I'm good to go. So now I wanna show you how low you can get with this. So if I just take the tripod leg, pop these things off, I can actually adjust this and get almost all the way down to the ground. And all I'm doing is popping these here and then pulling the tripod leg out. While we're down here, the tripod feet, they actually have the pin, so if you're outside, say you got your tripod in the grass or something like that, you can lift the legs up here and remove and show these pins, and these pins will allow you to kind of stab into the grass or something like that for extra stability. Or like what we're doing here on the carpet, you can use the actual feet, and then that's gonna be perfect for indoor situations. So now my tripod's low to the ground, I'm good to go. I got my sweeping angles, but let's say I wanna raise it. I love that the tripod legs actually auto lock back into place. So if I pick this up, all I have to do now is just close it and it locks back into place. For the tripod legs coming in at only $649, this is literally the best Sachler Flowtech alternative. It's more than half the cost. It has a similar one latch design. It's built like a tank, carbon fiber, extremely lightweight. And if you've already owned your own fluid head, like I do here with the Manfrotto 504 HD, I can simply buy the legs by themselves and pop my fluid head on top. So you can't go wrong with having a good one in your kit. I bought this Manfrotto almost 6 years ago and it's still running strong today. But after using this, I'm definitely gonna be switching to more of these because there's nothing more convenient than being in a wedding and having one latch to just raise or lower your tripod. That's all I got for you. Hopefully you found this video enjoyable. I know tripods and storage and stuff like that is just not like exciting, but trust me when I tell you, you should have one or two really good tripods in your kit because these will last way longer than any camera you buy, way longer than any lens you buy. In fact, I've had this Manfrotto since I've had a Sony FS5. So that kind of dates how old this tripod is for me in my career, and I'm now using it with my Red Komodo X. If you have any questions about this tripod, as always, leave them down in the comments below. And until the next video, y'all keep creating, and I will see you in the next one.
Peace. Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces.